So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So we're back with one of our first videos of the new year. I've honestly just been enjoying my break, and honestly y'all, I told you guys last year that my interest and motivation to do YouTube is dwindling literally by the week. So bear with me. I don't think my videos will be as long or in-depth moving forward unless I'm just super passionate about the topic, but I still want to put out content for those who love to watch my channel. So by the title, we're going to be talking about Zendaya recently engaged to her boyfriend Tom Holland. Zendaya, of course, is an American actress and singer. She is literally very awarded for her talent. She's a very influential person, and she's originally from California. She's currently 28 years old, and she's been on our screen since she was young, with her being a Disney kid with the show Shake It Up, and then went on to many acting roles, with one of her most recent and notable as the character Rue Bennett in the TV show Euphoria. Side note, they keep pushing back Euphoria. At this point, I would suggest that they just end it with a theater film movie and call it a day. I think it's going to lose a lot of interest, but that notwithstanding, she's now engaged to her longtime boyfriend Tom Holland. Tom Holland is an English actor from the UK, and you probably know him from the Spider-Man movies as well as other acting jobs. These two played an on-screen couple where he was Peter Parker and she was Michelle MJ Jones, and at first they were just friends until they were spotted kissing a few years ago, and now we've gotten to a part where they're engaged. So congratulations to Zendaya and Tom. I've been seeing so many engagements over this holiday season. Like, am I the only one, or have a lot of people been getting engaged? I'm so glad to see it. But on the flip side, Zendaya's engagement caused a little controversy and conversation when a viral tweet said, "See how Zendaya got a ring instead of a baby?" Yeah. And of course, in Black spaces, this conversation of being a wife versus being a baby mama is always going to be had, because we have a lot of examples of maybe the negative side to this. And I try to be nice by using specific words, but there really isn't much positive to being a baby mama from a financial standpoint, a community and family standpoint, and a representation standpoint. And I've said that on my channel so many times. So I wanted to talk about this because I found it interesting that there were debates about this, and I've broken this video down into one overall main talking point. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my one and overall main talking point is that the baby mama versus wife conversation is valid. And it's valid because I think we've gotten too comfortable as a society, and specifically an urban society, where baby mama culture has kind of been seen as the norm. And I do want to caution our communities that things that hinder communities shouldn't be written off as just a shoulder shrug just because everyone is doing it, or we've gotten desensitized to the realities of it. Back in the 90s, there was a whole epidemic of teenage motherhood. And I know a baby mama isn't just being a young mother. It can happen in your 20s and 30s or even older, but I think it does oftentimes make up for the demographic of younger women. And I think the cautions that a lot of people give now, especially women who have been through this, are valid. A lot of people are products of the 90s and early 2000s teen mom generation. And now that a lot of these people are of age, like they're in their 20s and even young 30s, they're realizing some of the struggles that their mothers went through, and it's not their portion.
Across the country. Every year, more than 1 million teen girls get pregnant, and we're finding out why.
Baby showers are really cute and adorable. I really want to have a baby.
Are you trying to get pregnant right now?
Yeah.
You guys sound stupid. Now.
Sandy, now this next part, we're going to start to get you to pushing the baby out. Long, steady push. Push, push, push. Keep it there, keep it down, hold on.
When Dr. Dwight Williams came to Halifax County 4 years ago, it was to try to provide state-of-the-art prenatal care in a rural community. That's him behind the face mask, doing what he expected he would often be doing, delivering babies.
Good.
We're doing a fine job of taking care of pregnant women, but we're getting the wrong kind of patient, too many of the wrong kind of patients.
What does he mean by the wrong kind of patient? The girl on the bed is Sandy Johnson, and she's 14 years old.
So Sandy, no more babies till you're 24. It's 10 years. How about that?
And a lot of women are cautioning young people to not go that route, but even more, get married first. This is a channel where I'm not going to tell anyone what to do, but I will always definitely advocate for marriage and a union between two people before a family is created. And Zendaya does not represent the Black community, but I think because she is biracial, she does get a lot of interest and popularity within the Black community. But the way how she moves is not of her peers that are more notable in Black spaces. We don't equate Zendaya to these Instagram models or even some of these talented celebrities such as Chloe Halle Bailey. Although they may have had similar roots with starting on Disney or being able to sing or dance or act, I feel like she's very neutral and her biracial ambiguity gives her that. She can be just as praised in white spaces as she is in black spaces. So the way how she's moving with her getting with a white guy, her not being in the same media narratives as a lot of black celebrity peers, it just makes sense. I knew this tweet would be controversial because we often receive a lot of pushback from women because for some reason people rather defend the decision to be a baby mama versus being a wife, and I don't understand that, but I think it just comes from aspects of regret, embarrassment, just being young and misinformed, or feeling as though people are attacking you for having a child out of wedlock. It's a mix of all of those or just some of them. I'm not saying that you're embarrassed because you have a kid out of wedlock. I'm just saying there's different reasons why people may defend their choice to be a baby mama. I do think it's crazy how we kind of remix the same arguments about this, but I do think it's always notable because we have certain examples of the girls who get married and then they're married and then start a family, and then we have certain examples and a lot of examples of the girls who get pregnant by a boyfriend, or maybe they're not even in a relationship or a committed relationship with someone, and how that ends up. And I think regardless of your decision, you could end up in a negative consequence or a positive consequence. So being a baby mama does not mean that you're never going to get married and have this happily ever after family, but I think the numbers and the statistics do show that you're better off probably because of the structural, mental, emotional, financial, and health-based reasons that could work in your favor. And speaking of health, today's sponsor speaks about your metabolic health and a way to measure and track that to improve your life. So hey y'all, today's video is sponsored by Lumen. It's the new year, so y'all know what that means. That means thousands of us, thousands of people have health and fitness goals for 2025. And oftentimes we give up by the end of January, honestly maybe the middle of January, but I want to introduce y'all to something that can help keep you on track throughout this year. So for me, I'm looking to tighten and tone. I've been upping my cardio and I want to know, like, what is my metabolic health? So introducing Lumen. Lumen is the world's first metabolic coach. It is a device that can measure your metabolism right through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fats or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to help you improve on nutrition, workouts, sleep, and even stress management. And we all know it can get a little stressful. Metabolic flexibility is your body's ability to switch between using fuel sources such as fats or carbs. So after getting to know you through your breath, Lumen gives you a metabolic flex score that you can use to track and improve. Lumen is so impressive. They have logged over 55 million metabolic measurements, and they are leading experts on metabolic health. Their recommendations are science-backed and personalized to your measurements, so you know you're doing what's best for your body. All you have to do is breathe into Lumen first thing in the morning and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. Then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time, and Lumen will give you tips to keep you on top of your health game. So I've been loving this device. I feel like it's a great measurement tool for me because I really want to know, what am I burning? What is my metabolic health? And I'm someone who's on a journey. Again, I'm trying to tighten and tone for 2025, so Lumen has definitely been helping with that. So to get 20% off, just click the link down below. It is also pinned in the comments, or you can go to lumen.me/Chioma. That is lumen.me/CHIOMA, and start taking charge of your health today. Thank you to Lumen for sponsoring today's video. Now, Nicki Minaj said in one of her songs that she ain't pushing out no baby until he buys the rock. Whether that man bought the rock or not, she did have a baby after she was married, and I feel like her setting that example was definitely noteworthy because Nicki Minaj had a baby well into her 30s, and she had been deep into her very dynamic career for a while before she decided to settle down. And although there may be controversy surrounding who she got married to, at the very least, the process that she took to not be a baby mama and get married first does show that certain traditional values still do exist, and also there are women who choose what is statistically more beneficial to them. I feel like between Tom and Zendaya, he's a white guy from the UK. I've never experienced one of those types of men, but I think probably because he comes from a family structure that is of married parents, married grandparents, and just focuses on that type of relationship union versus another. Zendaya vetted that, and her belief probably aligned with that, and that's why she chose that. Now, was this tweet shady? Yes. Does it speak to a nuance that a lot of women experience? Yes. Was the tweet meant to cause this much uproar? No. But the reason why it did is because a lot of women are just tired of the same old, and I think it's more of a cautionary agenda versus anything else. I mean, the examples that we've been seeing recently are Keke Palmer, Halle Bailey, Naomi Osaka, Sky Jackson, Flo Milli, etc. These women appeal to the black space and the black female space and the young black female space. And so does Zendaya, even though she's mixed and in a relationship with a white man. But I do think people do look at Zendaya and she's showing something different. I do see why some people may be offended by the tweet, but We just have to call a spade a spade. A lot of women need to protect their bodies and stop sacrificing your health and your well-being for a man who isn't willing to marry you and commit to you. Also, we have to stop making bad choices with the men we end up choosing to marry, because a lot of women do get married and then they're technically single mothers in their marriage because they got with a man who showed them time after time what type of husband and father he would be, but thought that securing a ring was going to absolve all of his nonsense. No. The aunties have told us that isn't the case either. I feel like Zendaya isn't the typical biracial, sexy vixen, sought after voluptuous icon that we often see in the media. So I was never going to tie her to typical generational curses. She even comes from two married parents who are still together. So setting that precedent as parents can fall into your children to make structural decisions for their families. So to me, the shade of this tweet was kind of necessary because a lot of people are very impressionable by what the media promotes, and again, what we as society have made the norm and become very lax about. And I'm not saying that we have to put people down for their choices, but I think in order to correct or at least show a better example, things like this in this tweet challenge the uncomfortable discourse. I wish Tom and Zendaya the best. I like that he does not play about her. He cherishes her and loves her from what we see. So I hope they have a blessed marriage moving forward. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. Don't forget to check out our sponsor Lumen. All of the information is pinned down below in the comment section and in the description box. Be sure to take control of your metabolic health. It definitely works wonders if you're someone that's on a fitness journey or someone that just wants to be well informed about their health. And also, last but not least, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Chioma. Chat. I grew up in a very strict Nigerian household where everybody wants you to do doctor, lawyer, scientist, engineer. Like they want you. I wanted to be a host on Catfish.
Yeah, me too.
They might get to take 2 new hosts.
So how do you deal with hate comments?
Yeah, it can go one of 2 ways. A lot of them I'm like, this is actually it's so dumb, I have to laugh.
Black people, we add S's to grocery stores. Like, I'm going to Kroger's.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to Myers. Like, y'all, there's no S. How was it growing up in like an African household?
It was strict. You got disciplined for bad grades. If your report card does not say ba 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 or if they're not even